Alright guys, quick video here to explain the modified strongman fat loss circuits. So these are great for anybody looking to add some high intensity conditioning or looking to beef up their fat loss cycle and not just do boring steady state cardio. It does have its time and place to do that kind of stuff, steady state cardio especially, but if you're looking to accelerate results, get faster fat loss, I'd recommend the strongman circuits at least once a week. If you're training 3 times a week, you can do 1 circuit and 2 full body training sessions a week. If you're training 4 times a week, you do 2 full body days and 2 circuits a week. Again, if the goal is to optimize fat loss, you should be implementing these a little more often than just once a week if you're training 3 or more times a week. So 3 times a week, do once, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times a week. You do it 2 or 3 times a week. But 2 would probably be my recommendation. If you're pushing another day, I would just add some steady state cardio. So to start off with, we got 4 training blocks here, right? Accumulation or intensification blocks. Accumulation means we're doing more volume and less rest. So we're going to shorter rest periods for these guys. Intensification, we're going to do higher intensity because now we can rest longer. So that's all those things mean. So the first block, we're going to do every exercise 20 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. We're going to do all 4, do it again, and then we're going to rest 2 minutes. So it's 4 sets of 2. So you're going to do A1, A2, A3, A4. Do it again. That's 1 set. Do that 4 times. 2 minutes rest in between. It's going to equal 26 minutes of total work. So you can see on the right there we have the alternate movements. So that's in case you don't have access to a medicine ball, can't do farmer's carries for some reason, can't do the sled drag for some reason, can't do a bear crawl, you got to do something else because you have pain or injuries or whatever. There's a lot of stuff you can modify this for. These are just some general recommendations. I do recommend sticking with some kind of carry. Making more strongman movement. These aren't all obviously strongman movements. You're not going to see Mariusz Pudzianowski bear crawling, for example, but they're low West scale movements. That means they're low weight bearing, W, E, eccentric, low eccentric, S, low skill movement. So you don't need much skill to slam a medicine ball. There's no eccentric, there's no lowering phase, there's no weight bearing component of it. There's no weight bearing component on your spine essentially. So not like a back squat that sits on your back, for example. So all these movements are relatively low skill, and what that does for your circuit is it allows you to go as hard as possible without worrying about technique breakdown getting you injured. So that's why it makes these movements perfect for something like a circuit. So moving on to intensification. So block 2 over there. So we can see same movement selection. Again, you could change these and make small modifications, like change bear crawls to inchworms or some kind of other animal walk, like crab walk or bunny walk or whatever, gorilla walk. But more or less, just so you guys get the concept, now it's 20 seconds on, 40 seconds rest. And we're going to do that 1 time through, rest 2 minutes, do it 5 times total. So this one, I had a client make a comment once like, oh, we rest longer so it's easier. Incorrect assessment. So because we're resting longer, we should be able to go harder now for our on intervals. So go harder or go heavier on the med ball slams, go heavier on the farmer's carries, go heavier on the sled. Make your bear crawl go a longer distance because now you have more energy since you're resting longer. So take advantage of it. Moving on, we got accumulation again. So now instead of 20 on, 20 off, we got 20 on and 10 off for the seconds. And so same thing as the first cycle. We're going to do all 4 movements 2 times through, but now 20 on, 10 off, and then we're going to rest 2 minutes. So you can see this workout's shorter because now we're resting half the time. We're resting 10 seconds instead of 20. Again, you can change these movements if you want to from cycle to cycle, but keep these rest periods I have and these on or working periods that we have on this chart. Last one, intensification. So instead of resting 40 seconds, we're resting 30 seconds. So now we're going to use our new work capacity that we built, and we're not going to need as much rest time. But again, go heavier or do more work than you were in the accumulation block because now you get more rest. So you can take advantage of it by going at a higher intensity. So that's just a modified strongman. Again, apply for any of your fat loss cycles or clients to do circuits. They're extended circuits that are very long. If somebody's first starting off on these or out of shape, just make them go at a slower pace and build them into it. You can still do total time, but it might be more like low to medium intensity than super high intensity. You know, if you don't want to puke or you're super out of shape or nobody's even done 20 minutes of any kind of work extensively. So that's how I kind of modify that stuff. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below.